Good acting is not realistic. It can be interesting, it can be entertaining, it can even be inspirational, but it is never ever realistic. And if you stick around, I'm about to tell you why. I think most of us would agree that a character portrayed by an actor in a TV show or a film, wearing a costume, wearing makeup, on a set, is anything but reality. We exist in the two-dimensional frame that emits light and sound to create images that we relate to as humans, that ends up telling a story through editing, putting shots in sequence, and sound cues and music, and the whole thing makes the cinematic experience. The actor is only a small part of that. Although, like the lead singer of a band, they take most of the focus because that is what we relate to most. But there's a lot of things in the cinematic experience that are used to create what we feel is reality. Imagination is contagious, and good actors understand this intimately. It's the job of the actor to take the viewer on a journey. And the only way that's done is if the actor's imagination triggers the viewer's imagination. Then you have imagination in tandem, and that's where the magic really lives. I'm going to tell you a story about when I was training in Chicago many decades ago at conservatory, and I was working on a scene, and I wanted to impress my favorite instructor at that time. And I knew this scene intimately, and I was going to show everybody just how awesome of an actor I was. I was feeling it. I was so emotional inside, and I was just, it was just almost too much to handle. And we wrap up the scene, and he goes, "Yeah, so Chris, what were you doing up there?" And I was like, "Well, you know, and the blah 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 and this." And no. What were you feeling? And I said, "Well, you couldn't see it. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know if I could feel any more." And he's like, "Well, maybe that's the problem. Were you using your imagination?" I was like, I don't know. Anyway, that's a story that has stuck with me for all of these years. I've used it, told my students. Essentially what it means is it's not enough to feel something. You have to also show what it is that you're feeling with what? Your imagination. So to wrap up this short discussion on my brazen, if not slightly offensive statement, good acting is not realistic, I'm going to leave you with the definition that I believe is more appropriate. Good acting is believable. And the way it becomes believable is via the imagination of the actor inviting the viewer on a ride to tell the story. They take that ride together. The viewer gains trust in the performer, and something believable happens. They hopefully will take that story with them through the rest of the day, or possibly the rest of their lives. Then the actor has done their job. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris. This is Olson Acting, and I sure hope to see you at the next video.